Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is NoDust here, and we are going to continue our budget rogue ladder climb. No epics, legendaries, or adventures. Alright, just finished doing the patch 4.1 update, so quite excited to see what's going to come out. But before we go in, let's open our pack, as we generally tend to do. Let's see if we find anything good for rogue. Ooh. Did I just craft? I think I crafted a Drake last game, didn't I? And I put a Drake in. That's cool. Second Drake is always good. Lightning Storm is excellent. Makes me want to do a Shaman budget run. And this lady is good, but probably not suitable for us at the moment. But let's have a look. We picked up a Bloodsail Raider and a Drake. So I could fit in. I could take out the Shadow Pan for a second Drake, but I do like having that flexibility. A second Bloodsail. What would I replace with it? I don't think I would fit a second Bloodsail in here. Let's just type in new. Okay, I'll probably disenchant this, but let's hold on to it for now. It's worth a fair amount of dust. Yeah, let's hold on to it for now. You never know when the card's gonna be, if this card will ever get changed. But I can always access this golden card for 100 dust if I need to. I think I want to hold on the second Drake until at least I have a second Eviscerate. Which means there's a certain number of things that need to change with this deck before probably I'll take out Assassinate for a second Eviscerate. I don't know. Let's just keep in mind that the second Drake is there. And yeah, I'm not going to make any changes for now. Oops, I didn't have my overlay. Here we are. Overlay is back. And the mirror entity, interesting. Alright, let's hop straight back into game and see where we can get. Okay, against a Shaman. Do I need an Eviscerate? No, I don't think I need to save Eviscerate against a Shaman. The reason you would save Eviscerate is if you're fearing something like a Knife Juggler and you think that if you don't deal with the Knife Juggler on turn 2, you're done for. I don't think that's a risk against Shaman, whatever, in general. So I think throwing it back is probably correct, but we'll have to wait and see. Interesting, Mech Shaman.
Here we go.
I think I leave this up. It's important to clear the Divine Shield, but making it run into my Buccaneer is not a bad idea, I think. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. This also gives me a charge to deal with when a totem comes out. We're sitting very pretty. Do I run the Loot Hoarder out? No. Running the Loot Hoarder out on turn 4 is better because I can Loot Hoarder weapon up. Even though I'm over healing, or I'm wasting 2 points of heal, developing this is still great, in my opinion. Okay, yeah, so the Winter Veil patch 4.1 came out. It was 1.2 geek, as I recall when I first... Exactly, here we are. Loot Hoarder into Weapon Up. Very neat turn. This will be useful for future Blade Flurry plays. If I pick up a Blade Flurry, I can Buccaneer Weapon Up for 3 mana, and then for another 2 mana I can Blade Flurry. Essentially clearing the Shaman's board of totems if he manages to develop a number of totems. And giving them a bad time. Okay. I want to clear this engine, and I think what I do here is I buff this, because this having 3 health is actually quite useful against Shaman. Yeah, and I'll go with this because 3 health is the upper range of Lightning Storm, and the lower range of Spell Power Totem Lightning Storm. So 3 health is actually pretty good. Forcing an Elemental Destruction here is not too bad either. He's going to be heavily overloaded next turn. He's going to have 1 mana, so I'm pretty safe to do whatever I need to do. I don't want to backstab here. I really don't want to backstab here. It's not a good idea, I think. It's fine. I'm not afraid of Searing Totem. And you know what? If on your turn 6 you play a Rock Biter on the Searing Totem and then kill my thing, I'm very happy for that to happen. Okay, weapon. Do I sprint? No, I don't. I clear, and I think I just, yeah, I just play the Shadow Pan. I'm not concerned about, I'm fairly far ahead on the board, and I have a finisher in hand. I can sap Oil to deal a ton of damage. Sap Oil will will deal 7 extra damage to my board. So we got 7 plus 7, which is 14. We're sitting on 14. So we're looking pretty strong at the moment. Yeah, so talking more about the patch 4.1 update. Just a note, the patch hung on. Sometimes the Hearthstone patches and the Blizzard patches in general, they stall, like they just stop updating. You might want to just do a restart, like, you know, pause the patch update and then and then continue it. Okay. Do I weapon up? I think I do. This is a very actually, because this will give me a 4 attack weapon. Yeah, let's do it. I want to preserve the health of my minions.
Here we go.
I'm not so concerned about my health. This is susceptible to BGH, but that's fine. It already got the 7 damage in. The thing that's good about BGH against high attack minions is it deals with the high attack minion before it gets to attack. But okay, this is exactly that's fine. That's fine. There's a little, you know, yeah. These things will happen. Now, how much am I looking at? Definitely worth the sap, in my opinion. And I will go face once again. I will ooze sweep.
Here we go.
Having this extra blade charge up for the replay of the Sunwalker is going to be really, really powerful. I could also sprint into an Eviscerate. Do I have any other... I could sprint into an Argent Horse Rider. I could sprint into a number of things. And that reminds me, this deck is in dire need of SI7 agents. Sprinting into SI7 is very powerful. Earthshock, interesting. Okay. Let's see what we find. I am going to sprint here. Okay, yes. Okay. We're not... I don't think we're quite... Am I crazy? I don't know. No, we're done. Phew. Yeah, sprinting into an Eviscerate. I thought the math had changed because of the Earth Shock on my Drake. But we had enough, yeah. Just a little bit silly for me there, you know, not seeing the lethal. But I eventually saw the lethal, so that's a good thing, isn't it? Yes. Let's queue up one more time. Okay. Okay. Do I want to keep Fan against the muster? It's tough. I don't think so. Do I want to keep Crusader so I can coin Crusader? No, I don't even want to really coin Crusader. The thing you would want to coin is coin SI7. That's the 3-drop that I would keep going on turn 2, but I don't have those in my deck. So we will. Okay, we picked up the Fan anyway. That's the ideal situation when you pick up a Fan. You mulligan into a lower cost starting hand, so you can start more aggressively, and then you pick up the Fan to allow you to weapon up this flying here. And this challenges Minibot quite nicely. The Minibot has to choose whether to go to face for value, because my weapon will kill the Minibot next turn. So the Minibot is sort of forced to trade into a... Okay, not necessarily. Oh, interesting. Oh, you're going face. You're going face with the Minibot. Interesting. I think I still Fan here. Although, no, I don't Fan. I develop Shredder and I kill the Minibot. It's going to require all 3 of the dudes to go into it. I get the feeling he may not do that. This is looking like a tempo mid-range pally. Not seeing any secrets, but that doesn't mean this isn't a secret deck. Okay, feeling silence. That's fine. That's fine. Dude, okay. Is this worth a Fan? I don't think this is worth a Fan. I think I'll weapon up Auto Barber and clear. Yeah, I have a heal bot to help me regain some health. I can use my weapon quite liberally here. And these two need to go into the auto barber to clear the board. So I'm pretty happy with that. This will be handy, I think, with Drake. If there's... I don't know. I just think your fan is like a soft board clear plus card draw. The later you play it, the better. So yeah, I think it's better to hold it in hand. Wait for the second muster. This line of play makes me believe he has a second muster in hand. Why does it make me believe that? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just talking out of my... Anyway. Again, card draw is more important in the late game. I could develop the Drake, but the Drake is susceptible to True Silver. This is not susceptible to True Silver, and it will challenge a lot of things, such as a Knife Juggler, such as... what would you play on turn 6 as a pally? Yeah, such as a Shredder. And I will leave the Shredder up, I think. Or perhaps not. Or perhaps not. Yeah, everything I can play is challenged by the Shredder. So, interesting. Okay. I will draw. I don't really need the heal here, but the weapon up is going to be really useful to clear the dude. Now this running into that, yeah, it's fine. I don't really mind, you know. Huge Toad actually, this card existing buffs, it buffs Lil'Exorcist. Because if this drops out of Shredder, well, Shredder itself is weak to Lil'Exorcist, but if this drops out of Shredder and you have a Lil'Exorcist in hand, or you pick up the Lil'Exorcist, you actually gain a pretty strong card. So it's worth thinking about. Huge Toad buffs Lil'Exorcist. Second muster, yep, there it is. That's why I have a fan, my friend.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Yep. That's fine, that's fine.
For
Very happy for you to do that. I think I will hit... Ooh, I could MCT. Yeah, let's do that. I will hit...
Here we go.
If I don't MCT the Knife Juggler, I can just run my lady into it. Then I will fan. Maybe a little greedy, but you know, and I'll develop this. I don't think this deck has consecrations in it. I think it's... You might have one copy of a quality consecration. You might. Hard to say really. But the MCT picking up a 1/1 dude is fine. It's pretty good, you know. The danger is the boom comes out, but yeah, what am I going to do? Better to play to have a strong, you know, this turn and next turn as opposed to like go for some insane thing. Okay. Ooh, if I had one more mana, but I don't. So I think it's worthwhile to assassinate here. And I'm not at any health pressure. Paladins put on very little health pressure. And the reason I assassinate there is because North Sea Kraken can act as an assassinate. Once you get to turn 9, you can use the 4 attack battle cry as an assassinate. Ooh, that was a bit premature, wasn't it? Yep. So this will be my assassinate. Okay, that's fine. Not too bad. We are under a little bit of health pressure now, but hopefully I can stabilize, and I will protect my health by using... do I hold the weapon? I may need the whole turn next turn to play Drake and heal bot. Yeah, let's hold the weapon. Now, you already used one Eldor. Is there a second Eldor? Or is there a BGH? Okay, equality. So you're feeling like, are you going to consecrate me? Or are you going to trade? That delay means you're going to trade. Because equality consecrate, you'd play it pretty quick. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. That's fine. Kraken killed a Murloc Knight and forced down an equality. That's already very high value. Yeah, excellent. And what I will do is 3/3. Control. We're in a pretty strong position now. that forcing out that equality play, the Kraken forcing out the equality play, the Pally not having an answer to the Kraken, and being able to deal with both the Murloc Raiders is sorry, Murloc. You've got one of those decks. Dealing with both the Murloc Knights is pretty useful, and I have the answer to your Tyrion shenanigans, so that's not too bad. I have a feeling this deck has cut. I think this is worth a backstab. Is it? Is it worth a backstab? I could hit. No, it's not worth a backstab. Never. Hit. Weapon up. Now, I know the Tyrion will come down at some point. There's always a chance he's going to draw into it, but the sap will help me out quite significantly, I think. So, we're looking for oil, we're looking for flurry, we're looking for our finishes. Okay, so you've got to deal 4 damage to yourself. That's always good for me. I get to develop my Sunwalker. Interesting. So you do have a copy of Consecration. Although you have double muster, is this a Reno deck? My question is this a Reno deck? I don't know. That's exactly why I have the Sunwalker, my friend. I protect my 1 health minions. You're going to have to drop Tyrion or have another Consecrate to reduce the damage on the board. At the moment, we're looking at 1, 2, 9. That's 13. Yep. I think we're done. You have to swing at the Sunwalker to gain some health, but then yeah, I think we're done. Yep. So Tyrion is really good, but really weak to sap. So, this sort of tempo deck is actually like this is the way I'd like a game to play out against a mid-range paladin. You know, you lose a bunch of health, but then you can gain it back with some heal bot shenanigans, and then you tempo them out with a sap in your hand that you collect. We got 100. We got 100. Yeah, let's buy a pack. I'm not going to open the pack until next time. But I'll buy the pack now. You know, still waiting on SI7s. Okay, let's queue up again. Okay, we got a mulligan of 2 1-drops, and I think I'm pretty happy with that. Daddy Boy. I really like Daddy Boy. There's a H in his name, though. I'll put a link in the show notes. Danny Boy's comedy. You can probably tell from my voice that I'm Australian. He sometimes comes down here. I think he's actually quite pedantic about whether you call him an Irishman or a Welshman or one of those things, or a Scottishman. I think he's Scottish. I think he refers to himself as Scottish because he's quite like Irishmen only think about fiddly-dee potatoes, something like that. Anyway, I'll put a link in the show notes. And interesting. Yep, this is exactly why I coin out the 1/2 drop. I get to slow you down. I'll put a link in the show notes to one of his YouTube comedy clips or something. He's a very funny guy. I'm not sure about you guys whether you're into that sort of comedy, but check it out if you're into comedy, and I'm very much into comedy. I'm very much into things such as do I just play the empty MCT? Yeah, I think so. Druids don't tend to build up a huge board. The only time they build up a huge board is to lethal you with it, and the board dies anyway. So I'll put a link in the show notes to Danny Boy with a H. I'm assuming this name is a reference, or it could also just be like his name's Danny and I'm a boy, Do I develop my own shredder? Yes, I do. Next turn, I may need to hold my weapon. Yeah, so just talking about the patch. The patch 4.1 update was... I'm sorry, I'm getting some morning coffee drinking gas. It was 1.2 gig for the update. And here comes that huge toad again. I swear. I could weapon deadly, clear the toad. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Weapon, deadly.
Who are you?
I'll clear the toad last because I wouldn't mind for it to land on Undercity Valiant. The disastrous thing would be for it to land on MCT. The best thing would be to land on me. That's fine. Yeah. So I'll clear the toad last. give it as many targets of opportunity as possible, so that my MCT has a higher chance of surviving. Forcing out, say like a swipe or, yeah, well, you know, I have time for games. Is it worth just trading it? Yeah, why not? You get to no value. You spent turn 6 and you gain no value. I get to develop my board. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. You know, I'll save sat for something else. You've clearly got you've clearly playing some sort of control deck. You've got a Sylvanas in there. You're playing some sort of you know, Scenarios control druid. It's not a. This isn't a mid-range druid with double force sap. At least I don't think so. I don't think you would run, like, it's a 6 mana card. You need your 6 mana slots for your double force. You don't really have the space to run it. Run a Sylvanas if you run double force. So this is a control druid. I think. I'm very heavily thinking that this is a control druid. You're gonna run into my loot hoarder. I'd like you to. I would like the cards. The cards would be in handy. And the Azure Drake also signals to me that this is a control druid. Yeah, so the patch 4.1 was almost 1.5 gigs. It's a big update. I wonder what's in the. There's a. I'll put a link in the show notes of a Hearthhead teardown. I think this is not called teardown, but they data mined. They data mined the patch for its contents, and there's a link. I'll grab it from Reddit. I think this is fine.
Is my give me a minute.
Do I swing? What's my turn 8 play? I could probably stand to swing here. No, I want to keep the. I don't know. It's not a health. We're not in a health race at the moment. I don't think I should be swinging until it is a health race. I should be using this 3 attack weapon to either bait out an ooze or for board control. So yeah, I don't think I should be swinging. If it was against the hunter, because I'm so used to playing against hunters, it's just like you always swing against the hunter because you're always in a health race and you always want to be maximizing the damage from your hero power because their hero power has such high damage per turn ratio. So, you know, and rogue's hero power can also have that sort of damage. I mean, like if you stutter step the hero power, like, you know, a hero power on turn 2, then I don't hero power until turn 4, getting to swing twice. It's not fully comparable, but you can sort of keep up, if you know what I mean, against the hunter. Whereas the hunter doesn't have the choice of using its hero power to, unless you play Steamwood or Sniper. Hunter doesn't have a choice of using its hero power to control the board. Okay, you have a Drew Claw. That's fine. I have a sap for that. Ooh, innovating. Okay. Shade. Okay. I think I sapped this thing. Yeah. I should have thought out my turn more thoroughly, I feel, but it's okay. And you know what? I will swing now because I have a very neat combo with Horse Rider Oil. Horse Rider Oil adds, for 7 mana, I add 6 damage, 2 more, 8 damage. To my what are you doing? Are you forcing? Okay. So you're stopping me from oiling. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's very much fine. Doesn't matter which minion I Kraken. Hit. A little awkward. Although, I could just ignore it. I think I should. I think it makes the most sense to ignore the Loatheb and go face. And I will swing now because He's at such low health that a single oil charge will end the game for me. Will end the game against him, unless he plays on some sort of taunt, which is definitely a risk. But the Kraken also needs to be dealt with. So we're putting on a lot of pressure. The Kraken allows us to be reactive to the board, but also put on a ton of pressure. And even forcing the opponent to play a BGH, dropping him down to 7 mana, even after he's used both his innovates, is pretty good. Pretty good. Because that means you need 9 mana to force Sav. Force is 6, Savage Roar is 3. I believe this deck would probably run 1 copy, and forcing out a BGH, basically the BGH precludes the force Sav play. Okay. Come on. Yeah, so I'll do some research on the size of the patches, because this is a 1.2 gig patch for the patch 4.1, and I want to look at similar sized patches and what they had in them, the sort of contents they had in them. I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. Pretty good win streak. I'm really happy with where we've gotten today. I think we might be at 18. Yeah, we have. So we climbed 2 ranks today, and picked up a number of packs. Let me see if I should do another game. I'm tempted to say no, because yeah, it's like a Warlock victory. I'll sit on that. So we have jumped to rank 18, which I'm very, very happy with, very impressed with. Would I have made any changes? We haven't lost to anything, so I think that the changes are more relevant when I basically when I run into a wall and I feel as if I need some more resources. I'll have the resources there for me. I don't need to put them in right now. I feel like this deck is in a pretty strong position at the moment. Okay. So I will put together some show notes on the patch links, and if you want to find out more about Danny Boy, it'll be in the show notes. And yeah, thanks in advance for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I do this for the love. Every gesture of appreciation means a lot to me. And until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Looking forward to having the break over the holidays. Okay, this is No Dust signing off. See you next time.